What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode. Ooh, hold on. About to tilt my shit over. We're about for what? Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 6, The Giving Peach. Okay. So we start the episode off. We see what the girls are up to. We see Kenya, she's trying to get her hair care line. I don't know if it's the same one, but get that situated. Then we get into whole Cynthia. Cynthia is dealing with the fact that Cynthia and Mike are dealing with the fact that they sent out 250 invitations to their wedding. And the fact that COVID has come through and the restrictions and the pandemic and the quarantine and everything that's happening, they thought that, at least Cynthia thought that not everybody would RSVP and everybody would, kind of change their plans because most people are coming from out of town. And she thought that it would probably be around 100 people, 50 people on her side, 50 people on his side that'll show up. Girl, come to find out 167 people have already RSVP, okay? And so she don't know how to feel about that. If she's just concerned, okay? Because she wasn't expecting that amount of people. And I guess you do invite a lot of people because you know that some people gonna fall through and they're not gonna RSVP. It's just giving off that, well, you can't say I didn't invite you type of vibe or whatever, so it's up to you if you want to come. Mike, he wants to invite Dennis because him and Dennis are really good friends, and trying to see where him and Dennis and Portia are at. So he talks to Cynthia about that. Cynthia said, she's gonna talk to Portia to see where she's at because they off one minute, on again, off on, and she don't want Portia to feel uncomfortable. But truth be told, this whole part was about who like. If I feel like this, if Mike wants to, and there is no issue between Portia and Dennis at this moment, but even if there were, it's not about them. They should be able to put their issues to the side and be able to be in the same room with each other. And I believe he did come to the wedding and they didn't really talk to each other. Portia and Dennis, they didn't interact. So that was a good thing because that's what I was thinking. Y'all should be grown enough and mature enough to be in the same room and not display y'all issues on somebody else's special day. Okay. And that's his friend. So why couldn't he have his friend? You know what I'm saying? Y'all put y'all shit to the back burner and just be there for y'all friends. That's what it is. And, Cynthia is also dealing with the fact that she wants to invite her father, but she hasn't talked to her mother about it. And we remember, that we get reminded that, the father walked her down the aisle along with her brother during her first, other marriage too. I was about to say her first marriage, but that was Leon. Okay. But the marriage between her and Peter. Okay. And she hasn't spoken to her father in the past 2 years for the simple fact of that PSA that Kenya did on domestic violence and abusive relationships and stuff like that. And her mother got up there and basically told the world that, she was in an abusive relationship. And the father is pissed off at Cynthia. The relationship between Cynthia is strained between her and him. And I don't understand that. If you did it, I don't feel like the mama would be lying about that. And then to get on, well, people do lie about stuff. And I was about to say, get on national TV and lie. We saw the shit that happened with Pam Long, who, from not Escape, but Total, who lied on her ex-boyfriend, her ex-husband about sexual abuse and all domestic stuff. And then came out and said that it didn't happen. Fucked his life up and then came out and said it didn't happen. But I don't feel like Cynthia's mama have a reason to lie. I'm pretty sure Cynthia probably saw some things or whatever. I can't remember the episode, what Cynthia had to say about it. But my thing of it is, Cynthia was the child and the mother gave her opinion. The mother gave her experience. So why are you pissed off at Cynthia? Because you feel like Cynthia put the mama up to it, or you feel like Cynthia could have put a stop to it? That's a grown woman. And you have to be accountable and hold yourself accountable and take responsibility for your actions, okay? Is that the guilt that's pushing you away from your daughter? I don't get it. But she really wants to invite her father, but, she don't know how her mother would feel. And Mike is basically telling her, you're basically trying to live and do things for other people instead of doing what you feel that you really want to do. And if she wants to invite her father, I say invite him. But I also, first of all, it's a tricky situation because Cynthia is very close to her mother. You know what I'm saying? And I know she want to please her mother and make it comfortable for her mother, but she also has that right to invite her father if she wants to. And it's giving me the feel like Candace's situation with her mother and her father, but for different reasons, okay? Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac, she wanted to invite her father to the wedding. Not necessarily the father, but the brother, okay? And the mama didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? But if she wanted him to come, she can come. They can come. They don't have to interact at all. They should be mature enough to do whatever they want. Just because, and after all these years, I know the pain probably still there, whatever, but you should be able to have gotten past that and move past that or whatever enough to put that to the side and let your daughter have a good day, okay? Because once again, this day is not about you. But I understand, being that you love your parents, you want your parents to be in a comfortable position and not put them in a messed up position. But then again, it's Cynthia's day, so if she wants her father there, that's what it should be. And if you don't feel comfortable enough to come, then you shouldn't come. But I understand both sides. It's a tricky situation what Cynthia's in. Then we move on to Dawn, what's her name? Drew. Drew and her husband and family, they getting ready to start packing for the new house and joking with each other, seeing who can wrap up stuff the most and all that stuff. And, they in a different headspace because they just got through dealing with the fact that his father just passed away. And, they releasing balloons in his honor. And, she was like, this is the first time I seen you. It's glad to see you, smiling after all of this. And Drew's whole thing is this. You married couples, we get into fights, we get into arguments and stuff like that. But sometimes we just gotta you arguing, then like 4 minutes, 4 hours later, you don't even know what you arguing about. And you just gotta she basically using this opportunity, like she was basically saying that the death of his father basically made her see things more clearly, like it's no reason to continue to be mad, to go ahead and give a clean slate to Ralph or whatever, and to start a girl. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't give you giving excuses to this man, okay? You giving excuses to this man. Sorry that your papa died. I'm sorry, okay? But that does not excuse you going to Tampa for 3 days without telling me. Okay, that does not excuse that. I don't know what you did down there, okay? That does not excuse that behavior. Death in the family does not excuse the problems that we are having. You are just covering up, okay? You are not 100% over that shit. You just covering up. And I think Drew is putting on the front. That's all I'm going to say on that one. So then we get into Candy. She's getting ready. She's doing, getting her makeup done and doing this IGTV, doing her YouTube channel. I have never, her YouTube channel keep popping up in my recommendations, right? But I have never sat down and actually watched her YouTube channel. Do y'all watch Candy YouTube channel? Do y'all watch any of the Housewives YouTube channel? Because I know Nene got one, but I don't know. Should I watch it or whatever? Let me know. Is it good? Is it worth it? Flip it and reverse it. So she's getting ready about that. But the whole gist of her scene was talking about she's going to do this food drive, this grocery giveaway up to like 750 families, and they're going to do a social distance thing, social distantly, if that's a word. But she has a foundation or organization called Candy Cares that's always like a charity situation. And she's been had this, so she's going to use that to give out groceries, and hopefully that the girls will come through and participate in it as well, so that they can give back to the community and help during this time, which is really, really good. I think that's a good look. Also, what she was talking about is she got Michael Sterling, who is Eva's, from y'all know Eva's her husband, to help out with getting the back child support that Block owes her. Okay, and I'm just gonna sum it up as this: Candy has every right to get the back child support that Block owes her, and I love the fact that she is not thinking about herself; she is thinking about Riley, because in this instance, she said that Riley the one that brought the issue up, so therefore she's gonna look into it. And Riley is in college. Riley can use that money in college. Yes, Candy has money. Candy been taking care of that girl since birth, okay, and using her own cash probably since birth to take care of that baby. And now it's the father's turn. He can put his input in as well because he did help make that baby. Candy didn't do it by herself. It don't matter if Candy is a multimillionaire. It don't matter. You can contribute to your child financially if you're not gonna be there physically. Okay, that's the least you could have done. Okay, and that is your responsibility because I'm pretty sure you're probably taking care of your kids now. And I'm pretty sure, like the last time we seen him on the season, he had just had a baby. So I'm pretty sure he in that baby life, if they still together with the mama, you know what I'm saying? So why does Riley deserve anything less? All right. And so what she got on the phone with Michael and basically she want to give the money to Riley. Okay. And I feel like that's right. You know, she don't need the money. So Riley is the one that's growing up and the one that's trying to get her a life together in college or whatever. And, you know, that can go to dorm fees. That can go to book fees. That can go to probably apartment. And she probably living in an apartment fees and stuff like that, and getting her started as an adult on her own while she's in college and making it and stuff like that. And they were talking about putting it in a trust or whatever so that it's Riley's money, because technically at this point it's Riley's money. So, you know, and then the other makeup artist talking about something the judge gonna say denied and all that stuff. Bitch, please. If we had you on court, that's what you should did. That's back child support. Candy don't want it, and she made clear to make sure to say that she didn't want it. Moving on from there, we get Portia and Cynthia meeting up, and they were talking about, girl, what they was talking about, the whole Dennis situation. Talking about whether or not she can invite Dennis to come to the wedding and where they stand at or whatever. Mostly because of Mike wanting Dennis to be there. And I don't feel like some of y'all may disagree and say because it's Cynthia's wedding or whatever, but because even Portia said, you the woman, this your wedding. It's also Mike's wedding, so he should be able to invite who he wants to invite too. And he probably wants to invite Dennis because he don't know the status of Portia and Dennis, but yet he don't see that much friction going on, that much drama going on when they're together or whatever. So he's probably thinking, in my mind, I would be thinking this too, that they can be able to just coexist in the same place and be cool while, you know, and be there for us together, you know what I'm saying, at our wedding, you know, and support. Nothing messy or anything. I don't feel like it's anything like that. That's just his boy. You know what I'm saying? And so at this point, Portia was explaining the reason why she feels the way that she feels about him not coming for that moment. Okay. At the time being, she don't want him to come. Want Cynthia to use her coochie credit, as she says, to basically convince Mike not to let him come. You know, saying, like I said, I don't think it's fair that he can't invite person, but you know, for the sake of argument and because he probably respects Cynthia, he'll probably be cool with it. So that's what I like about Mike or whatever. But like I said, I believe Dennis did show up at the wedding. But you know, Portia was talking about where their relationship was going, you know, having somebody cheat on you and then you having to take time out to forgive them for that affair and to truly get over it. And then, you know, she realizing that while they was in a relationship, she's losing herself. You know what I'm saying? She's snapping off on people just to snap off on them. And, you know, she asked him to go get a bottle for PJ and she went and snapped off on him because he took too long for her. And, you know, that's when she just realized that this wasn't working for right now. Okay? Because, you know, they off and on. Baby, probably by the middle of 2021, they'll be back together. I guaranteed you not. And before the year is over with, I'ma just put it that way. Before the year is over with, they probably gonna be back together, okay? She probably gonna be dipping out doing what she doing. He gonna be dipping out doing what he doing, and they gonna dip off together, okay? We gonna see it in the blogs and everything. But yeah, that was the situation of what was going on between them. And as of now on this show, Portia didn't want Dennis to show up. I don't know what's going on with the color, this camera, but okay. Anyway, so we get to Cynthia and Noelle. You know, she's FaceTiming Noelle from LA. Noelle never finished college, did she? You know, I know she freaked out when she first got there or whatever, but you know, sometimes college just ain't for everybody if that's the case, so I'm not judging. She's out there in LA and she got her own apartment and she's doing her own thing. She's a paid influencer, beauty influencer and stuff like that. Talking to Cynthia about the wedding and how long she's gonna be able to stay and how she can only stay for 2 weeks because she got contracts and partnerships and stuff to do, whatever. It be like that. So, of course, Cynthia don't want to get off the phone with her, so she's, being a mother. Moving on from that, we get to Candy's food drive that she's about to have, the grocery giveaway. At first it was going to be 750 people. Now they said 459 single family homes. They're just gonna pull up. They just putting the foods in. They had the girls to come. Portia was actually on time, and then Kenya showed up and everything. And of course, Kenya had something to say about her being on time for Candy's event and not on her time for her event. In the confessional, Kenya wants to say, "Oh, you're on time for your photo shoot or your photo op." My whole thing about Kenya and Portia, like, I don't know if Portia was telling the truth last week when she said she has no issues with Kenya and that she actually liked Kenya when she was at that dinner, the engagement dinner. It just seems like every opportunity that Kenya has since this show came on, she's taking a chance to throw shots at Portia. For what? Okay, just because she sided with Nene or whatever last season or whatever, that's fine. But at this point in time, it's just like she just used any opportunity to come at that girl and to throw a little shady remark. And it's getting tired, it's getting old because the girl ain't doing nothing to you. Okay, why engage into the conversation that they was having about Dennis, if you feel like nobody cares, okay? No, you don't care. Obviously, they care enough to talk about it. You just don't care. You could have just kept quiet. But I will agree that, the shit that she was saying, the reason why you don't want Dennis to show up is because you need to have control over yourself. Bitch, that's what it is. You don't want him to show up because you're going to have some drinks or whatever. Next thing you know, y'all going to be fucking, okay? And it ain't Cynthia's job to, watch your ass. It ain't Mike's job to watch y'all or whatever. But, they was just talking about it and, Todd talking to Candy saying Todd wanted Dennis to show up there too, and Dennis would be cool as long as Portia didn't show up with no date or nothing like that. And I said, Dennis, you got your goddamn nerve, so whatever. But I was with Kenya. I think it was Kenya though. Even though she throw a lot of shots, I was with her if she was the one that said, if y'all ain't got no issues, if it's not an issue, then what's the problem with him showing up? If y'all are okay, meaning that y'all can coexist in the same room or whatever, there's no drama, why is it not okay for him to show up? Why do you have such a big problem with him showing up to a friend's wedding? Y'all mutual friend wedding. I agree with that. I feel like he should come. Like, they ain't finna start no drama right then and there. I don't think they that crazy. But they started giving out the stuff, and Cynthia went with Mike to go get her marriage certificate. And she said she gonna keep that shit close to the vest because it ain't finna have no mishaps like they did last time 10 years ago. When bitch, that shit made me mad. I could not believe Mallory and her mama did that. I mean, we all really wasn't here for the wedding. I mean, the union of Peter and Cynthia, because we all thought that Peter was using Cynthia for financial gains at some point. But to have her marriage certificate and to do that on her wedding day like that was messed up. That was some low shit. And truth be told, I wouldn't have been able to forgive her as quickly as Cynthia forgave Mallory, bitch. Maybe the mama, but Mallory, no. Okay, because she was the head bitch in charge in that situation. But anyway, so far so good at this food drive. So, girl, I don't like the way this camera, okay, the color keep going in and out. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with this. I'll have it fixed next time. But, anyway, so what's going on is, the girls, they go on a little bit of break. Marlo do show up. And I forgot to also say that, Candy really did appreciate Portia showing up on time. And she had also, sent the $5,000 donation. And she was really happy about that. Marlo also, sent the donation, gave it to Candy right there. She was like, I promise you 5,000. Here go 5,000 right here. Make sure that it say 5,000 and not 50 and $5 or whatever. And of course, Kenya had something to say, oh, her sugar daddy must have gave her a big tip or whatever. Let me tell you something. Kenya, your shade and your jokes right about now are very old, tired, and lame. And I'm not laughing at them, okay? It'd be one thing if they were funny. Now they're just not, okay? That's all I'm gonna say on that. You know what I'm saying? But Drew had FaceTime Cynthia to make sure, to that see what's going on with everybody, and she wasn't able to come because she was doing the packing and stuff like that, and plus she's still quarantining or whatever because she just went out of state. With her husband for the funeral of his father, and so to be on the safe side, that's why she didn't show up. And Candy thanked her for her donation that she also sent. Candy did say, I don't know, was she hinting at Kenya or whatever, because she said, some people aren't the little bit giving as they claim to be or try to be or seem to be, that you would have thought they don't give that much. You know what I'm saying? So who was she hinting at? But yeah, they talked about that, and then Kenya brings up the fact that her and Latoya was talking about getting away and all this stuff, so they want to do a little trip, and they was thinking of places to go, and they settled on South Carolina. So next week is gonna be the start of Strippergate, I guess. So, Noelle and Cynthia goes over to the grandma's house, and Mal is there, whatever, to talk to them about having the father come to the wedding. And Cynthia thought that, because Noelle is close to grandma, that, Noelle would be on her side or whatever, but Noelle really wasn't on her side about inviting the daddy. Grandma basically said, put the mask over my face, he can come. But Noelle said no, what that means is that she don't want him to come. And she only seen the man one time or whatever, and grandma is the one that's always there for us and all this stuff, whatever. And I understand that, and it just feels like they're putting themselves over what Cynthia wants, over her special day, and they're only thinking about themselves. So it's making them come off a little bit selfish, you know what I'm saying? Making it come off, what about me? What about me? What about how I feel? It's Cynthia's day, so she should be able to invite whoever she wants to invite, and y'all should be able to act accordingly. That's how I feel. But in this situation, I understand why the mother would feel the way that she feels, because she the one that experienced what she experienced with this man, okay? And she goes back to when they put the Father's Day post up, and surprisingly, I thought Mal would be on, against the father coming. Come to find out, she was okay with it. She said she still has a relationship with the dad, and at the end of the day, that's still her father, and that is true. And they were just going back and forth about that, and I felt bad for the mom. She said she didn't know that it was going to be a real PSA, or what a PSA was, and about the domestic abuse, because if she did know, she wouldn't have did it. And she got people back home in Alabama trying to say, why you lying on Mr. Bailey like that and all that stuff, and he's a good man, he goes to church. And we in the black community especially, we have a habit, or most of us, I ain't gonna say myself, but some of us, some in the black community have a habit of hiding and protecting people that do wrong, okay? It just is messed up. All right. You will protect the pedophile, you will protect the rapist, you will protect the abuser before anything else, because you don't want that black man to go to jail or whatever. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll turn a blind eye to it. Just because somebody is a good person to you in your eyes or whatever, just because this person goes to church or whatever, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. He can be the most terrible person. Okay. Everybody has multiple faces that they show to multiple people. Okay. And that's what it is. And I'm not gonna call the mother bitter, but she has a right to feel, the way that she feels. And I think they was trying to, I wouldn't say pressure Cynthia to not invite him. I just feel like if Cynthia wants to invite him, because there's no telling whether or not he's going to accept it, because they haven't talked in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, she says she has all that she needs to know or whatever to make her decision. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. Should she invite? Would you invite? Like, I'm the type of person that if I don't get along with somebody and it's not my event or whatever, and you want to invite them, because you're still cool with them, or somebody that you're with is still cool with them, that's perfectly fine with me, because it's not going to upset me. Even if I see that person, it's not going to upset me, because I know how to control myself, and I know that this is not my event. I've been at events where with people that I don't get along with, and I didn't make it about me, because it wasn't about me. It was about the person who threw the event. Who am I to start some stuff? You know what I'm saying? So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. That was the Real Housewives of Atlanta. In the next coming weeks, we are going to be on Charleston, Carolina. Okay? And I will see you guys later. Peace.